Good morning. My name is Christopher Middleton, and I'm with Messer Financial Group. And today we're going to have Adam Bush from Guaranteed Trust Life do a webinar on the Advantage Plus plan. If you have any questions, you can direct him to producer support at messerfinancial.com, and we'll be happy to answer your questions and get you the information that you need. So, Adam, take it away.
Thank you very much, Chris. Good morning, everyone. This is Adam Bush with Guaranteed Trust Life, GTL, and I want to thank you for being part of the webinar today. And GTL has been in partnership with Messer for about a year now, and I really feel it's a great partnership. And the reason for that is it's a partnership that's benefiting your agencies and protecting your clients. And without that, it's not much of a partnership at all. So, do want to thank Messer Financial and you. So today I want to talk about these things, why Messer Financial Group is a good partner. I would like to talk a little bit about GTL and who we are as an organization. I'd like to mention some senior market healthcare and health insurance trends that really does promote the relevancy of what we do here at GTL. Our plans. Today, I would like to introduce our 2016 product roster. We're not going to spend that much time on it because the majority of the time today we're going to be focusing on the Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. In fact, we're going to cover everything from benefits, quoting, underwriting, the application process, and policy delivery, and claims. Let's face it, that product knowledge is great, but knowing how to sell the plan is just as important, equally as important. So I want to provide you with some successful strategies, our consultative approach, and some marketing and sales practices that work very well with agents that sell a lot of our Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity plans out there. Again, this has to be a partnership that benefits you, so we'll talk about some agent benefits, including compensation, and then next steps as well. So these are some reasons why Messer Financial Group is a solid partner for GTL. Messer is very resourceful, extremely reputable, highly relationship focused, provides a lot of agent support, and has a senior driven niche as well, which is what GTL also has. So a little bit about GTL. We are located in Glenview, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. We were founded 80 years ago, so we're celebrating our 80th year in business. So, again, founded in 1936. We're one of the few mutual family-run insurance companies around that's still doing very, very well. We're licensed in 49 out of 50 states. Like Messer, we are extremely relationship-focused. And we are very innovative. Being that we're a family-run mutual organization, we're able to bring products to the marketplace a little bit faster than some of our competitors. For example, we were the first to initiate and design the hospital indemnity plan, which is Advantage Plus. So we were the first to bring hospital indemnity plans to the marketplace. We pride ourselves on being very supportive, not only to our agents, but to our policyholders as well. I think especially seniors find the value in when they call GTL, they're always going to get someone on the other end of the phone that cares about them and is going to offer that personalized, customized touch. We're very hands-on, and as I mentioned, we are fairly entrepreneurial. By contracting with GTL through Messer Financial, you have instant access to the people that you need, including underwriters, sales support staff, new business, and customer service representatives. So let's go over some senior market trends that really do promote the relevancy of the Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan and the relevancy of what you do out in the field. 8,000 to 10,000 Americans turn 65 years old every day. And in fact, Medicare Advantage enrollment has continued to grow and increased in virtually all states in 2015. While growth in premium has been relatively modest, Medicare Advantage plans provide less financial protection to Medicare enrollees than they have in the past. In fact, the average out-of-pocket spending limits have continued to rise, exposing enrollees with significant medical needs to higher costs. You could have the best Medicare Advantage plan under the sun or the best individual or family major medical plan under the sun, but is it going to pay out for those indirect expenses, indirect healthcare costs such as traveling, lodging, and food? No, it's not. And in fact, these costs are at all-time highs, so it really is nice when your clients have a policy that is going to pay them cash benefits, okay? Medical. Observation stays went up 63% from 2006 to 2012, okay? So what does that mean for you? It means that you now have a plan with Advantage Plus that is going to pay out at 100% of the daily benefit for hospital stays, which is fantastic. The percentage of average charges for hospitalization have risen in the past 10 years, while the average length of stay has declined. So we should not underestimate the amount of tests and expenses that your client may undergo while they're hospitalized. Among those with medical debt, 7 in 10 adults incurred all of this debt during periods with health insurance coverage. So the question that you should ask yourself is, what can I offer to ensure my client is not among the 70% of underinsured Americans? Not uninsured Americans, but underinsured Americans. They don't have enough coverage. GTL offers affordable insurance designed to supplement Medicare Advantage and individual family major medical health plans. Benefits are paid directly to the policyholder and regardless of any other insurance. There is no coordination of benefits with any other policy, okay? So our benefits are paid regardless of any other benefits associated with a Medicare Advantage plan, major medical, etc. The reasons to offer our plans are namely to protect your clients for sales revenue. Our plans tend to yield greater retention. We also have found that our plans do by nature kind of tend to lend themselves to helping you develop and cultivate more referrals out there. So this is a roster of our 2016 plans. As you can tell, our roster isn't that robust, but the plans that we have, we do extremely well. I should also state that we are back into the Med Supp market, so we offer Medicare supplement plans too in select states. So if that is something that you want to offer going forward, please contact Messer Financial. Today we're going to be talking about the Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. Another plan that we do really, really well at and sell very well is the CHS Protection Plus, which stands for Cancer, Heart Attack, and Stroke. That's a lump sum plan that pays out a lump sum benefit upon diagnosis of cancer, heart attack, and stroke. We are about to launch our newly revised CHS Protection Plus plan, which is going to have an Ask Mayo Clinic feature on it, which is going to be included in the plan, enabling people to call the Mayo Clinic upon diagnosis of cancer, heart attack, or stroke. So they can ask questions, get a second opinion, etc. Critical care. We all have a client that very well might need long-term care, but might not be able to afford long-term care or qualify for traditional long-term care. That's why we have critical care and critical cash, which is not long-term care, but a very solid alternative to that. Critical provider is a 10 and 20-year term life product, and it is for ages 0 to 60. So again, while the majority of our plans are going to be senior focused, not all of them are. So if you have a family, a working family that wants to get some more coverage and get coverage with an accelerated benefit that pays a lump sum directly to themselves, this would be a good plan for them. In fact, since the onset of ACA and Obamacare, our critical provider plan has jumped in sales. That is largely due to the large deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses associated with the plans in the marketplace. Recover Cash is a short-term care solution. It's designed to help protect your clients from high and increasing costs of short-term care. Okay, so this is a short-term nursing care solution. This should not be thought of as a short-term care medical solution. We have all seen those plans, and that is not what this is. And our 24-hour accident plan, which is simply an accident plan. What I like about this plan is it's really a very, very good plan for people that are in rural areas, because there is a benefit on there where there is air transport in case of an emergency, which is very, very useful for people that are not in close proximity to a hospital. So today we're going to be spending the majority of our time focused on our Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. And the reasons to offer this plan again is to protect your clients, for sales, for retention, and referrals. So this is affordable insurance that's designed to supplement Medicare Advantage plans, and it helps clients lower or eliminate their hospital stay copays. So I ask you, does your client's health insurance have deductibles or copayments for hospital confinement, ambulance trips, outpatient surgery, skilled nursing, or cancer treatments? If they do, I want you to think of the people at GTL and our Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. So let's get into the nuts and the bolts. The daily hospital indemnity, is the base plan. So you will be able to choose a 3-day, a 6-day, a 10-day, or 21-day benefit period in $10 increments. Note, the benefit period and available riders do depend on each state's approval. The good news here, folks, is that when you download the quoting software from gtlic.com in the agent section, and we'll get into that in a little bit where you can find that, it is very, very user-friendly, and the software is not going to allow you to select riders and benefit periods that are not available in your state. This plan offers unlimited benefit period restorations. It's going to restore after 60 days of no confinement. After you select either a 3-day, 6-day, 10-day, or 21-day benefit period, you are going to select the daily benefit amount. If you select a 3-day benefit period, you'll be able to choose between $350 to $600 in $10 increments. So, for example, $350, $360, $370, etc. The 6-day benefit is going to offer a little bit more flexibility in that you'll be able to select from $250 to $600, and the 10-day and 21-day benefit you'll be able to select with the most flexibility in $100 to $600 per day. So what does this benefit period represent and cover? The 10-day benefit period represents 10 24-hour stays in the hospital. Typical uses of the benefit period include 24-hour or longer stays for surgery, unexpected hospitalization due to a sudden change in health, and unexpected hospitalization due to an injury, such as falling and breaking a bone. These points here are very important, especially for you, because it's up to the agent, the insurance advisor, to showcase the value of the plan. And how do you showcase the value of the plan? Well, you need to describe ways in which the plan, the benefit, is popularly used out there among policyholders. As I mentioned, there's unlimited base plan restoration. So let's get into it. Let's go into example 1. Let's say, for example, that you and your client have selected the 10-day benefit period. The client has a 5-day hospital stay and then goes home. No additional hospital stays for 60 consecutive days. The policyholder would then have a new 10-day benefit period. Let's go to example 2. The client has a 5-day hospital stay, then goes home. The client returns to the hospital within 60 days for 5 more days. Are those 5 days going to be covered? Yes, they are. Why are they going to be covered? Because a 10-day benefit has been selected, 5 days reused, which means 5 days remain before the benefit restores after 60 days. So let's go through that again. The client has a 5-day hospital stay, then goes home. The client returns to the hospital within 60 days for 5 more days. There's no additional hospital stays for 60 consecutive days. So then the policyholder now has a new 10-day benefit period. So this really is a very robust, generous plan. So let's say in example 2 that you and your client have selected the 6-day benefit period. Let's say in that example the client went to the hospital stay for 4 days, then goes home. Let's say the client returns to the hospital for 4 more days. Is GTL going to pay out for those remaining 4 days? We are going to pay out for 2 out of those 4 days if they are within the 60 days before restoration. Because a 6-day benefit was selected, 4 days were used, which means 2 days remain before the benefit restores after 60 days. This is the reason, folks, that I strongly recommend that you select the 10-day benefit period, okay? It is just the most economical, it's just the most valuable benefit that you can select. It's going to be a little bit more in terms of premium, but you're going to get more bang for your buck. Included with the base plan is the emergency room benefit, which equates to $150 for emergency room expenses if admitted within 24 hours due to an injury. Also, the mental health benefit of $175 per day if confined to a mental health facility. We have some very attractive riders associated with the Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. For example, the Dental Vision Rider. The Dental Vision Rider is going to pay a client an annual benefit of up to $400, $800, or $1,200 for services performed by a licensed dentist, ophthalmologist, or optometrist after the first year, including $200 for prescription eyeglasses or contact lenses. There is a $100 annual calendar deductible. GTL will pay 80% of the actual charges for covered expenses up to the calendar year maximum benefit. So the Dental Vision Rider should not be thought of as a standalone dental vision plan. Some of your clients do not see the value in a standalone dental vision plan, but do have a need for some coverage. So that's why we have this plan here, or this rider, I should say. The short duration hospital stay rider. This rider is available for those with a 10 or 21 day benefit period, as it's already included in the 3 or 6 day benefit period plan. It pays for a short hospital stay of 20 to 24 hours if admitted to a hospital for a covered sickness or injury. This includes time spent in a hospital as an inpatient, under observation, or as an outpatient in the ER. The lump sum cancer coverage. If selected, you'll be able to select amounts and as a lump sum, and this would be paid out upon first diagnosis of cancer, of $2,500, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000. It includes a benefit for cancer in situ, which means that the cancer has been diagnosed but thankfully has not spread throughout the lymph nodes or the blood. It also pays a $500 payment for basal cell skin cell carcinoma. The ambulance rider. If selected, that would be a $200 daily usage benefit up to a $2,500 lifetime maximum. Unlike other hospital indemnity plans, the Advantage Plus rider for ambulance does not require any hospital stay. The coverage is to or from a medical facility, and this would be a benefit payable up to 4 times per year. The lump sum hospital rider. The reason why we have this is because statistics show that the most expensive day that your clients incur when hospitalized is the first day. So as a result, when you select this rider, or if you should select this rider, your client would be entitled to more money on their first day, either $250, $500, or $750 extra coverage for that first day. So let's say, for example, the benefit amount you've selected is $500 per day for every day they're in the hospital, and you've also selected a lump sum hospital rider of $500 per day. How much would they receive that first day? They would receive $1,000 after 24 hours of hospitalization or observation. Every remaining 24 hours, they would receive $500. The outpatient surgery rider is a lump sum of $250, $500, $750, or $1,000. Skilled nursing rider is $100, $150, $200 per day for days 1 through 50. So you can see that this plan was particularly tailored to meet the needs of a Medicare Advantage enrollee. It's a really, really solid, robust plan. You could also see that the riders tend to, I often recommend, let me start that over, is that I often recommend leading with Advantage Plus rather than leading with our other plans. And one of the reasons for that is because of our riders. You start talking about some of our riders, such as the lump sum cancer and skilled nursing, that might lead to further conversations to talk about more coverage with our standalone cancer plan and our standalone skilled nursing plan that I previously mentioned. So, some helpful product details. The base plan issue ages are from 40 to 85 years old. So while most of the folks that are getting enrolled on our Advantage Plus plan are Medicare Advantage enrollees, not all are. The policy may stay in force after the age of 85 years old. This is a huge, huge feature of the plan that really does differentiate Advantage Plus from others in the market. If your client is between the ages of 64.5 to 65.5, the base plan is guarantee issue. Again, this is guarantee issue if your client is between 64.5 to 65.5 years old. The plan has been available for over 9 years. There's no annual policy fee. There is a one-time app fee, but it's waived for your spouse if both husband and wife get on the same application. You continue to pay the same rate as you age. Rates, while not guaranteed to remain the same, have not been increased throughout the 9-year history of the product. Benefits are paid directly to the policyholder and regardless of any other insurance. One other huge feature that definitely separates us in terms of our hospital indemnity plan from others in the market is the fact that Advantage Plus pays 24-hour observation stays at 100% of the daily hospital benefit level. And remember, hospitalization stays have been coded as observation. That went up 63% from 2006 to 2012. Quoting software. As I mentioned before, you can find our quoting software that's available at gtlic.com. We also have rate sheets if you so desire to use that. When you go to gtlic.com and enter our agent section, you'll be able to download the software for Advantage Plus, CHS Protection Plus, etc. So, underwriting. This is a simplified jet issue policy with no MIB or phone interview. There's a short yes or no application. Again, the issue ages are from 40 to 85 years old. And again, guarantee issue for those between 64.5 to 65.5 years old. Your client must have a social security number and be able to understand the coverage, okay? Application questions and read their policy. Rates are issue age and guarantee renewable. There are only 3 additional underwriting questions for the cancer rider, for cancer coverage, okay? And those 3 additional underwriting questions for the cancer coverage are applicable for those that are between 64.5 to 65.5 years old. So you might have a client that is guarantee issue because they are between 64.5 to 65.5 years old, and they see the value in getting some cancer coverage. They are going to be required to answer those 3 additional underwriting questions. This plan has a 95.2% issue rate. We offer a variety of payment types and modes, such as bank draft mode or direct bill mode. I strongly recommend that you enroll your clients on the bank draft mode on a monthly cycle. The reason for that is to increase persistency and decrease your lapse ratio, okay? And statistics show that when you have your clients enrolled in a bank draft mode on a monthly cycle, the policies are going to be more likely to stay on the books. We do not accept credit cards at this time. So what are those 5 questions for the base plan? And what do you do if your client is 64.5 to 65.5 years old? Well, remember, these questions here are not applicable. They do not have to answer these questions if they are guarantee issued. Let's go through them. Remember that all questions must be answered no for your client to qualify for the plan. If any are marked yes, they will not qualify. In the past 12 months, have you been confined as an inpatient to a hospital, nursing home, or received home health care? Question 2, in the past 12 months, have you had a heart attack, congestive heart failure, stroke, TIA, heart surgery bypass, malignant melanoma, or cancer? In the past 12 months, have you been diagnosed with or been treated for COPD, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, insulin-dependent diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, or chronic liver or chronic kidney disease? In the past 12 months, have you been advised to have a surgery which will require an inpatient stay but have not yet done so? And finally, have you ever been treated for or been diagnosed by a member of the medical profession as having AIDS, AIDS-related complex, or HIV? Remember, all those questions have to be answered no. Some underwriting red flags. Let's go to question 3. I asked, in the past 12 months, have you been diagnosed with or been treated for COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary lung disease, insulin-dependent diabetes, dementia, Alzheimer's disease, or chronic liver or chronic kidney disease? Remember that being treated for a condition does include taking medicine for that condition. And question 4, in the past 12 months, have you been advised to have surgery which will require an inpatient stay but have not yet done so? Remember, if yes, the applicant does not qualify for the plan. Probably the greatest red flag is that there is a 6-month pre-X prior to the effective date of coverage. Again, there is a 6-month pre-X prior to the effective date of coverage. This is applicable for everyone, including your clients that are guarantee issued between 64.5 to 65.5 years old. What that means is even if they are able to qualify for the plan, and remember that over 95% of the folks that are applying for this are approved. So even if they are able to get onto the plan and they're able to enroll in the Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan, this 6-month pre-X does apply to them. So if they have a 6-month pre-existing condition 6 months before the effective date of the plan, and they are hospitalized due to something that they're hospitalized because of a pre-existing condition, GTL is not going to pay out the benefit for that hospitalization stay if it occurs within 6 months after the effective date. If they are hospitalized within 6 months after the effective date due to something that is not related to a pre-existing condition, GTL will pay out for that benefit. If they are hospitalized 6 months after the effective date due to a pre-existing condition, GTL will pay out for the benefit. It's just applicable for a pre-existing condition, and the pre-existing condition has triggered hospitalization within 6 months after the effective date of the plan. Okay, that is when GTL is going to deny the claim. So what all of this jargon is saying here is that any way you send your application is good for us at GTL. You can email it to us, you can fax it to us, you can mail it to us. We have an online portal for our agents, so after you get contracted, you'll be able to access that portal. And we also have an iPad app that you can download from the Apple Store. It's the GTL iPad app. So these are all ways that you can submit applications to GTL. So the first thing that you'll do is send in the Advantage Plus plan via email, via fax, or online. Okay, so the Advantage Plus application can also go to GTL through our iPad application that I mentioned before. You're going to instruct GTL on how you want us to deliver the policy. Remember that if you are submitting a paper application, make sure the e-delivery consent form in the application is signed and your client provides an email address. If they do not want e-delivery, then they do not need to sign the e-delivery consent form. Once the application is approved, watch how our new system will work. So what will you get? Okay, upon submission of the application, the agent, you, will receive a policy approval email. In that email, you are going to receive leave behind forms, such as the HIPAA form, the MedUp form, etc. And you are also going to be provided with a link that is going to take you to our agent portal. In the agent portal, you'll be able to view, you'll be able to download and print the customer's policy for up to 90 days after issue. Okay? What is the policyholder going to get? The policyholder is also going to get an approval email, and in that email, they are going to get a link. That link is going to take them to our new policyholder portal, where they'll be able to view, download, and print their own policy. In the mail, GTL is going to physically mail your client a welcome letter, summary of benefits, as well as physical ID cards. Remember that you can still elect to deliver the GTL policy to the policyholder. The apps are issued and delivered in 3 minutes or less, especially when they are of the guarantee issue age. Please note that only e-applications require the applicant complete a short verification call. You'll need your agent code in order to submit the e-applications. So this is essentially a voice verification call. This is not or should not be thought of as a phone interview. It is only applicable for those applicants that are applying through the agent portal. When you are collecting a paper application and emailing it to GTL or faxing it to GTL, you are obtaining a client's signature. Okay, so we have their signature there. When you are using the GTL iPad application, your client is signing his or her name on your iPad screen. However, when you are submitting business electronically through the agent portal, we are not getting any type of signatures. So that is why we employ this method. I strongly recommend that you get this out of the way when you are in your client's home or business, or if you are conducting business over the phone, that you do this as a three-way call just to get the voice verification call out of the way. And again, it will only take but a couple minutes. So, how is a claim submitted to GTL? Very easily. The policyholder is going to contact GTL for the claim form. The policyholder is going to complete and submit the Advantage Plus claim form, the HIPAA form, and an itemized bill. And GTL will contact the policyholder if anything is missing. So we're looking for three things. We're looking to see when your client went into the hospital, when they were released from the hospital, and what they went to the hospital for. Remember that there is a 24-month contestability period. That is why it is of the utmost importance that you ask your clients those fact-finding questions to determine if they have a pre-existing condition and to explain what that means in terms of the benefits. The policyholders, remember, can contact GTL customer service to request a claim form or ask questions, and that number is 800-338-7452. We pay claims at GTL in 8 days or less, which is 3 days faster than any of our competitors do. So we went over quite a few of these features before, and I'm not going to go through all of them. I do want to reiterate why Advantage Plus is better than others in the market. And again, namely because our plan is the only plan that offers guarantee issue for ages 64.5 to 65.5 years old. We're the only plan that offers observation that's covered at 100% of the daily benefit with no limits. In fact, other plans out there are going to offer observation that's covered only at 50% of the benefit with a 3-day maximum. Our application Our application only has 5 short questions and a 12-month look back, and our competing hospital indemnity plans typically have 7 questions, and some often have a 24-month look back, which is going to disqualify quite a few people. As I mentioned with the ambulance rider, there's no admittance needed to receive the benefits. And a couple other things that we offer that our competitors don't in their hospital indemnity plan is that we provide a skin cancer benefit where our competitors don't. And our rider for cancer, recurrence is available where no recurrence is available with a cancer rider associated with any other hospital indemnity plans out there. So it really is a very, very robust, generous plan. So appointment setting. Remember that you can sell these plans before, during, and after AEP. So do you sell over the phone or in person? Do you sell the appointment or the plan? I strongly recommend that you sell the appointment and that you conduct face-to-face sales. And the reason for that is increased closing ratios, increased persistency through rapport building. You're able to offer that visual presentation and also able to offer increased emotion in addition to intellectual decision making. One way to get back into the door is to ask the client or the prospect, would you be interested in learning about a way to protect you and your family from medical debts associated with hospitalization and cancer? Does Tuesday at 2 p.m. or Wednesday at 4 p.m. work better for you? Or you can simply say, I'll be meeting with your clients in your area on Tuesday or Thursday, and I thought I could offer a complimentary annual coverage review. Again, complimentary annual coverage review. This is a great way to get back into the door before the onset of AEP to kind of reestablish yourself and your presence. You might want to say that, hi, John, this is your agent from Messer Financial. Obviously, you would mention your agency there. And we had enrolled you in the XYZ Medicare Advantage plan in December. We spoke and met in December, and I'm just calling to make sure everything is still going smoothly with your benefits and to see if your expectations were met this year or thus far. Phone sales do lend themselves to offering greater time efficiency. So if you do sell over the phone, you need to spark an interest in 10 seconds or less. One way to do that is to state, this is your insurance advisor with Messer Financial. You have 5 minutes to talk. Do you have 5 minutes to talk about a way to pay for copayments and indirect hospital expenses? Or you can say, may I ask you a few questions to determine if you qualify for a supplemental benefit plan to help pay for out-of-pocket expenses? Remember that in-person sales are going to lead to greater closing ratios and higher persistency. Rapport, great ways to bring up that rapport that I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, is family, residency, school, employment, and recreation. Identifying needs should be the majority of what you're discussing when consulting with your clients on ancillary plans such as the Advantage Plus plan. What are some out-of-pocket expenses that you may incur if you were hospitalized? In a scenario where you were hospitalized for 5 days and you needed an ambulance for transport, skilled nursing, and outpatient surgery, would you be able to pay for the expenses, or do you know how much that could potentially cost? So what agents do in the field that works very, very well, especially for those visual learners, is they have their clients add up the potential copayments associated with their Medicare Advantage plans and simply compare those expenses to the small monthly premium associated with Advantage Plus. It's a very, very effective way of showcasing the value of the plan. Always remember to ask, do you have pre-existing conditions? And I ask you to always ask, do you have a family history of cancer? Because it really is of the utmost importance that your clients that do have a family history of cancer get some coverage for it. Remember that the presentation is going to allow you to offer a visual, auditory, and also a kinesthetic presentation. The close. One way to close is, can we get you enrolled in an Advantage Plus plan so you have greater peace of mind and be protected against debts? And referrals. As I mentioned before, our plans do lend themselves to getting more referrals out there to expand your network. So do you know anyone who would see the value in a plan that pays for out-of-pocket hospital expenses? One other way is to do it is, do you know anyone out there that does have a family history of cancer? So remember that the greatest way to generate sales for GTL and for yourselves is to simply bring it up. You can market to your book now with a free coverage review that I went over earlier. We do have mailers that are compliant mailers that you can order directly from GTL free of charge. We will print them and mail them to you directly. There's even a spot on them for you to put your contact information. You can make outbound calls. These are not Medicare Advantage plans, so you can make these calls before, during, and after open enrollment. Remember that if you sell our plan with Medicare Advantage, it does need to be listed on your scope, okay? If you offer our ancillary plans, including Advantage Plus, after the 48-hour cool-down period, after you've sold the Medicare Advantage plan, it does not need to be listed on the scope. Birthdays are a great way to market to your book, okay? With social media now, everyone is announcing everything, including their birthdays. So when someone turns 65 years old, you know for a fact that they are a guarantee issue for our Advantage Plus Hospital Indemnity Plan. That's a great way to upsell and sell to your book of business. Again, get referrals, and we have co-branded postcards. New business. I recommend senior events, getting involved with associations, and simply diversifying. Remember that your GTL clients could eventually become your Medicare Advantage clients as well. This is of great importance that GTL's ancillary health plans cannot be marketed as Medicare supplements. I noted before that GTL is now back in the Medicare supplement market, so we do offer MedSup plans. The plans that we've gone over today, including Advantage Plus, are simply ancillary health plans, okay? They are supplemental in nature, but they are not Medicare supplements. It cannot be marketed as Medicare supplements. So, positive results for agents as well. Let's say the average Advantage Plus premium is $400, and we multiply that times your first year commission, which would yield $200. And if you sold 5 apps per week, that would yield $1,000, which equates to $4,500 a month. So what is your projected first year annual earnings if your sales production dropped by as much as 25% after AEP? That would yield another over $42,000 a year. What is your projected first year annual earnings if you also sold 2 CHS Protection Plus plans to people that were 50 years of age? That would yield $60,000 a year. Account building. Please remember that our plans do lend themselves to increasing your accounts, your retention. One plan often can be thought of as kind of lending itself to being a client, but 2 plans per household really does equal an account. Referrals. What if you earned 2 referrals for everyone you saw and sold to 20%? Well, that would be 10 people per week times 20% times $200 times 26 weeks equals more than $10,000 just from that referred business. And our plans also do have renewals. So second year renewals, what if your second year renewals were over $2,500 and you multiply that by 5 years with no increase in production? Over time, that's over $12,000. GTL also, we really do respect our agents, and we want to reward our agents out in the field. And every year we do have a GTL convention as well as other several incentives. We'd love to have Messer Financial there, as well as our Messer Financial writing agents as well. The last convention that we had was at for 2016 was at the Scottsdale Fairmont in Scottsdale, Arizona. Remember that Advantage Plus is a proven winner for you and your clients. At GTL, we sell 5 times more hospital indemnity than any of our competitors do out there. So that should kind of give you a feel. So we are not the largest insurance company on the block, but we do really try to be the best and offer that customized, personalized service that I really do think goes a long way. Plus the nuts and the bolts of the plan that you've seen really are second to none. So the next steps, please call or email Messer Financial Group to get appointed at www.messerfinancial.com/contract or call 866-568-9649 at extension 810. Messer Financial will submit your contracting paperwork to GTL. Appointment usually takes 3 to 5 business days after contracting paperwork is received in-house. Then you will receive tools and resources that will be sent to you via email, including access to our agent portal, commission portal, and GT Link. I ask you, what is your sales projection? What do you hope to attain through our portfolio here at GTL? Are you looking for a relationship with a carrier? I strongly recommend that you do business with GTL. It's been a great place for me to be, and I see that how we treat our policyholders and our agents, and it really is second to none. I really very much appreciate what you do as agents out in the field, especially protecting seniors. Thank you so much for your interest, your time, and your future business. And again, my name is Adam Bush. You can reach me directly for any product or sales questions at abusc@gtlic.com or call me directly at 847-460-4751. But for contracting and commissions, things of that nature, please call the people at Messer Financial Group. Thanks again.